Well, Alon Goren, of course, founding partner of Draper blockchain, who used to be our crowdfunding expert, 8 years ago when he first joined us on the air, touts 2025 as being described as the year AI finally meets blockchain. And he is excited about it, and we're trying to get excited about it if only we could understand it, Alon.
And now I don't understand either thing he's going to talk about.
Oh, good to see you, buddy. Speaking of music, he's a musician as well. I caught him without him knowing I was looking at him doing a reel with a guitar in his hand or something like that recently. So
having some fun with my kids lately. My daughter gave me a hard time a couple years ago and said, "You should make a real album." And I was like, "This music I play is real." And so now I'm trying to be serious. We'll see. Hey,
so I was just talking to the guys about AI in the music business. We're just not seeing it yet. But AI in the blockchain business. Oh, good. Something else to confuse us, so we can really don't understand.
Yeah, I'm checking out.
I think there is a future for AI, music, and blockchain all together. And I think that I have these guilty feelings because we actually do have an AI music startup called Calypto. And I joke with them because the two guys who are running the company are professional musicians themselves. So I joke with them that we have, this one side of it, and we got to find a way to have it do good for the other side. And I think that there's opportunities to take that AI music and have it actually strengthen live performances, or maybe make it use the data to potentially promote live performances. Because I think every day that goes on that we live in this digital world, as humans, we're going to crave, actual real connections, actually going and seeing the day trader trio in person and sitting in the room with them.
Hey, Alon, I want to ask this question again because I keep on getting emails, but we're doing better at explaining this. Blockchain is an infrastructure whereby transactions are held, okay? In this case, financial transactions, but you can do a blockchain of almost anything. Basically, I think the easiest analogy is to say all eyes are on you when you're on the blockchain, so there's no chance for fraud. There is no third-party representation. There is no, there's nothing but transparency in blockchain. Give us a real-world example of how we're gonna see blockchain, and then let's talk about the AI and the blockchain.
Yeah, so I think the real world example is that you and I do a transaction and there's paperwork involved.
Let's call it
the money.
Let's call it auto sale. Okay, I'm going to buy a car from you. Okay.
So on a traditional auto sale, I go into the office, I figure out the financing, I sign 1 million documents, and there is this. The car is actually in limbo until all the payments are made and all these things, and the pink slip is being held back. Now, in a digital world, there should be no reason why we have to do all this in-person stuff, that all these things, this credit check should take so long, that we sit in the office for hours and these verifications happen. I either have the money or I don't. You have the car or you don't.
Or you're good for the money or you're not.
Yeah.
And it's all right there.
Yeah, everything is already digital, but there's all of these intermediaries and middlemen right now in every transaction, sometimes for security reasons, sometimes for verification reasons, mostly because we don't trust each other's sources, right? One bank doesn't trust another bank's source.
Right, there's escrows involved and everything. But as more layers you get and the more people you get, the more chance there is for fraud. I mean, it just is how it is.
Yeah.
I've got a question, because when I was thinking about it, I know I transferred from cars to real estate because I said escrow. But real estate, appraisals can be done online virtually now, and I think you guys even have a company that maybe does that or is scratching that. Can you imagine, because I think that's the next step here, is that your mortgage loan, your appraisal, and the sale even is going to be on the blockchain, and there's not going to be a chance for misrepresentation or any sort of fraud. Isn't that the idea?
Yeah, and everyone gets paid what they're supposed to get paid instantly. There isn't all of these extra days in between. It's absolutely going to happen. We have a company called Ivory. It stands for AIVRE, AI Valuation of Real Estate. And the idea is that, there's all these Zillow estimates and things online. Those are called AVMs. But you don't actually know what the insurable value of the home is until you get an actual appraisal. And so the second you have an insurable value for the home, you actually know how much you can get a mortgage for, you know how much you can take against the house if you already own it. And all of that data is there. And now imagine a future where all of these loans are digitized and you and I could act as a bank and you and I could participate in getting the yield that a bank does, we can actually verify the ownership, the value, and everything of a home in a way that hasn't been able to be done before. And I believe that that future is also going to lower prices for consumers. It's going to make it easier for all of us to borrow against our home, buy a new home, and participate in the same way banks do and get some yield that, you and I are sitting in zero interest savings accounts at the bank, and that's not fair either.
That's right. And that virtual appraisal, that's where AI meets the blockchain. It meets real world too. Alon, thanks so much, brother. We'll see you soon.
Alon Goren, founding partner of Draper Goren Blockchain.